Rebel.Fulcrum cosplay here. I have one of my commission pieces, a Book of Boba Fett helmet here that I'm going to be adding some redundant attachment points to on the inside. I've already combined two pieces together. Dome is not attached yet because I wanted to be able to show the inside of the helmet. We have obvious two seams here on each side. Thanks to Galactic Armory, they've created this file so that the seams are easily hideable with their ear cuffs. And they've made this very sturdy, it's very thick, so I don't have any issue on this model with adding some hot staples, which is my preferred method of physical attachment between seams. And I'm gonna try to show it to you here. Dome out of the way, and I've got my handy dandy hot stapler here. I am using a flat edge hot staple with multiple crosses across the seam point. And what I do is once I have it in and set, I will go in, fingers off the trigger, don't do this. And then once it has gone in a certain amount that I can see the plastic melting over it, I will slightly twist and then release. So let's see if we can't do this in practice and get it to show up on camera. Okay. Change the camera angle a little bit so we can kind of see the exterior and the interior of this seam. Gonna come in, we're gonna hit the trigger, let it melt in just a little bit, and twist and pull out. Now that didn't quite go in the way I wanted it to, but that's okay, it's in there. And I try to make sure that the squiggles are going past both sides of the seam. That one went in better. So as we can see here, this one went in a little nicer. It's embedded. It's twisted slightly under. And when I break off these points, once they cool off, it'll be pretty flush. Now I've repeated that on the opposite side here. These came out a little nicer because I wasn't trying to play for the camera. They're embedded a little deeper. They're twisted so the plastic is covering them a little bit. And I want to point out that on the exterior, you can't see them at all. And that just gives a little more reinforcement to these seams, just in case somebody drops the helmet. So now that I have the two sides of the bottom portion of the helmet connected with a physical attachment, I'm now going to go ahead and permanently adhere the dome to the top, because once this dome is on, I don't have as ready access to both sides of this. Wanted to make sure to get those attachment points in. And what's nice about this file is that Galactic Armory has made it almost foolproof to not get your dome lined up just right because of these details on the front. And they've created this nice deep channel for your adhesives. So because of this, I'm not going to use anything extra special. I'm just going to use some clear Gorilla Glue, and we'll call it good. Add a little bit of pressure. I don't see any spilling out the sides at this point, so we're just gonna let this set a couple hours, and we'll be ready for my next step in post-processing, which is different than most people's. But we'll go over that here in a little bit.